So here's a tour of my Husky 33-inch tool cart. About a year later, I got this tool cart because I wanted something cheap, or inexpensive rather. This turned out to be an alternative to the Harbor Freight 5-drawer tool cart, and I've enjoyed it so much that I keep investing and buying stuff and you know, stuffing it full of tools, and this $150 tool cart has now ballooned to like over $1,000 already, and it's amazing how quick it goes and how easy it happens. But I enjoy it, and it really works for me. I use it all the time. You know, it's just been, it makes things a lot of fun. You know, being able to wheel it out to, you know, my cars or around the garage or whatever. But show you what I've done with it so far since I got it. I don't know if you watched the original video, but you know, it's a nice tool cart. It's you know, it's got a nice work surface. You know, it's very smooth, so if you're gonna use it to lay stuff on or work on it or whatever, I would suggest like grabbing a towel, obviously something bigger than that, but you know, something to protect the surface. It'll get scratched up real easy. Some of the things I've done to it so far is you know, I added a shelf to it, and the shelf, this is the Harbor Freight one. It's like $30. You know, then you can get the 20% off, of course. But what I did was I put the shelf liner on here with this is the Husky shelf liner. Stuff is amazing. It's like $10 a roll for like an 18-inch by 100-inch roll of it. I use it everywhere I can. I put some door trim, or in a second, it might be this stuff here, the edge trimming. I put that on the edges, and I did it in here as well. When I open it up, you'll see, just because, you know, whenever I rest my hands up here, it just really makes it more comfortable. One of the other things I did here for these shelves, the biggest problem with these is just kind of free hangs there. So what I did is I took apart one of them Harbor Freight magnetic rails, and these are the magnets that are inside of them, and I literally just stuck it on there, you know, like that, and one there and one over there. And when I'm not using it, I just put it down, and it stops it from slapping around when I'm moving it. You know, it works really good for me. This is red, so I just did like a scuff and paint with, you know, rattle can. But this is the rail, magnetic rail. If you just take the tape off, inside there's the magnets in there, and you know, you can put them wherever you want. On the outside, I grabbed, these are magnetic, Husky magnetic can holders. So I just grab them. I like, you know, everything being versatile and magnetic if I can. On the back, I keep the fender protector, and you know, it fits perfect on there. But the magnet's pretty weak, so you know, these are the Harbor Freight magnetic rails again. But what I did was I just had a couple extra doorknobs laying around, and you know, I put them on there, and what it does is you just keep it on the back like that, and you know, whenever I'm rolling it around, it keeps it from the wind knocking it off or whatever. So I like that. Underneath is where I keep all the extra sockets. If you watched any of the other videos, you've seen you know which ones they are. You can go through them in a little bit. Inside, you know, this is the basic setup. So I use the chrome sockets most of the time, so I just keep them all up here and accessible. And here, this is the Husky magnetic light swivel head. Works real nice. Of course, the free Harbor Freight you know, magnetic trays, and a couple of these, the bigger ones, the 7-inch or 9-inch, whatever they are. This came from Home Depot also. This was like 20 bucks. Bluetooth speaker, you know, works real good. You can take it anywhere, you can take it off of there, so it's cool. I keep this here because it's just easier to grab, you know, when you drop something, you know, bolt, screw, whatever. This is my Defiant flashlight, my favorite. I use it all the time. Keep my tape measure in there, my 1/2-inch chrome, and the standard and metric. We got the 3/8 and 1/4 inch. On this side, you know, I keep the pry bars, air gauge, breaker bars. This I just got. I ordered these from Amazon. These are the stickers you put in the window for, believe it or not, when you're changing your own oil, this is the way to go. You just write the mileage on there when the next service is due and stick it in your window. Good reminder. On this side, I had a air conditioner problem, so you know, one of my cars, I have a marquee, and this actually works really good. You know, you just put it in there, and you know, it tells you the temperature. It's about right. It's about 71 degrees in here, and you know, I use the those canisters to recharge the system, and it worked out good. These are the extensions. You know, I keep them in here. This is the 3/8 extension. This is the 1/4 inch long extension. And then my original video I showed, these are grommets that I bought from Harbor Freight. I put them in there. They keep everything from slapping around and getting, you know, all scratched up or whatever. Let's see, which one's this? So, air gun, you know, quick grab, screwdrivers, flathead, Phillips, battery terminal, cleaner. This, some odds and ends. These are those universal spline, whatever you want to call them, sockets. I just keep them in there. This thing here, this is, I don't know if you can see that, it's a Fluke Multimeter. You know, this is some serious business. This is that Harbor Freight Fluke. You know, they're starting to sell them there. So, in the top drawer, this is what I keep in here. Assortment of ratchets, pry bar, Allen keys, some Loctite. These are the Huskies. I used to keep the Cobalt in here. I switched them out because they're lower profile. So I like these. They need to be greased though. On this side, this is where I keep the extensions. You know, the extra bits and nut runners. This is the micro ratchet with the thumb ratchet on there. This thing, I love it. Screwdriver, impact heads, all your little socket bits. Got some universals in here. Really convenient. And in this drawer, I used to keep, you know, all those extra wrenches in there. I just kind of narrowed it down to the ratcheting wrenches, and it seems to be working. If I need to grab, you know, other wrenches, I'll go into the big wrench drawer. Keep the scissors in there. This is just an old shelf that I cut up, and you know, I use it to organize. It works. So these scissors, I use these almost every day. Well, I use them every time I'm in here. They cut open my packages, and I literally, I mean, I just, this probably gets, those scissors get the most use out of anything in this toolbox. And these are the full Tang Husky scissors that they sell around Christmas time, and you can get them for like, I don't know if it's like 10 bucks for the set, for 2 or 3 of them. They come out with it again this year. I'm gonna pick up a couple more because it's just, they're so handy. This drawer, you know, this is another pry bar, the bigger pry bar, the Craftsman. Not the, it doesn't have the striking cap on it, but you know, I'd like to pick them up eventually. Screw gun, impact gun, Craftsman. Those are the brushes there. Those are the $2 brushes from Harbor Freight. Comes in a pack of 6. So I love them things. Fuses. Little, you know, cheap Actron code reader. The infrared thermometer. That's a mirror. That's the oil filter wrench. Scraper. The little door panel. Christmas tree poppers. Those are the oil filters. The wrenches, or sockets for them, whatever you want to call them. What else? Down here is the, you know, where I keep the fluids, cleaners, brake clean, carburetor cleaner, whatever else. And then what you can see here is there's plenty of room. I mean, I can get more stuff stacked in there if I wanted, but these are the 1/4 inch impact sockets from Gearwrench. Try and open these things one-handed. It's fun. So, use these a couple times. Yeah, they're nice, convenient. What I do is I keep that like scraps of that drawer liner in between, keeps them from sliding around. This is that These are heavy sets. I like them in these cases though, because I was going to put them in the tool cart and trays and or socket organizers or rails or something, but I decided against it because I could take these anywhere. And you know, these are the 3/8 and 1/2 inch chromoly clutch from Northern Tool. It's a nice set. You know, it's pretty thorough. It's got just, you know, a ton of sockets. It's like 94 pieces or something. So this is that Tecton 1/2 inch 6-point socket set. This thing is a bear. Again, this is a big socket set. It's hard to kind of gauge the size of everything, but you know, it's pretty big. And I just put a hitch, a class 2 hitch on my Jeep, and required the bolts to be torqued to 80 pounds. And this was the first set. You know, I pulled this out because I wanted to use the 6-point with the 1/2 inch. And you know, as far as sockets go, I mean, it worked great, and it was there, and I didn't have to worry about stripping a bolt or with a 12-point. So, you know, if you're in the market, I recommend this set. You know, it's great. I guess that's it. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below. And you know, this is the 33-inch Husky tool cart. Highly recommend it. And you know, if you like the video, like it. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. And thanks for watching.